Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Nikolai Capone, and I'm seeing that 82.9% of you are not subscribed to the channel. Oh, my eye! Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. Helps with the channel growth. Appreciate it. What pretending to be crazy looks like. Let's see.
This is 26-year-old Dawson McGee, sitting in a police interrogation room in the early hours of a Tuesday morning. The Monday night before, he stabbed his own mother to death for asking him to move out of the house and get a job. Dawson is unaware that he is being recorded on a hidden camera. Bro. In 3 seconds from now, he will hear the sound of the door being opened by a detective. And at that exact moment, you will see a remarkably noticeable switch in his demeanor.
What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Fake ass.
We've got something I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about what happened to your mom.
What happened to my mom?
Well, you tell me.
What happened to my mom? No.
People called me and said something happened at home to mom. They were very bad. What happened to my mom?
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
I was waiting for my brother and sister to tell me.
Okay. Well, so, well,
these motherfuckers, bro.
Was your sister home this weekend?
Wait, I'm supposed to have an attorney?
If you want one.
Bro, if you were actually crazy, bro, that is the last fucking thing that you asked for, bro.
Am I supposed to have I should request an attorney.
Well, that's up to you if you like one. But, I mean, we'd like to talk to you.
You're supposed to have an attorney. I would offer, I would ask for an attorney.
You want to ask for an attorney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Motherfuckers are full of shit.
It would come as no surprise that a judge deemed him fit to stand trial. A jury then found him legally sane, and he was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his mother. All of which was in spite of a continuous charade of mental illness similar to the one you see here. Dawson clearly believed that his passage through the legal system would somehow be easier if he were presumed insane, which is a naive, yet somewhat common misconception that many suspects make when facing serious charges. They have this notion that a plea of insanity would either lower the severity of their punishment or liberate them from it altogether. That instead of being sent to prison, they would simply be released back into society, perhaps with a free psychotherapeutic program to attend on the weekends. This is, of course, a far cry from reality. In the United States, if you're found responsible for a serious offense, but also found not guilty of the crime by reason of insanity, you will be institutionalized at a high-security psychiatric facility. These institutions are without question some of the darkest and most disturbing places in the system. And if you're not actually suffering from the crippling effects of mental illness, living in this type of environment will be a mentally agonizing experience.
Basically said, if you ain't really mentally fucked, bro, by the time you're done, you will be.
The foresight of what occurs inside these units would make the majority wish to avoid them. But once you are in, it is very hard to get out, and you will have to serve the same, if not a greater amount of time than you would have had to serve at a regular prison. So to put it briefly, if you commit a serious offense and then pretend to be crazy in order to get away with it, your life from that point forward will be an extremely dark and uncomfortable existence whether you manage to fool the system or not. But there is one benefit, which is the elimination of capital punishment. The United States cannot execute someone deemed insane during the time of their offense, which is the only conceivable reason a defendant would cling to this narrative even after knowing what lies ahead should it succeed. And this happens to be a notion that ties in closely to the primary subject of this video. It will focus on one particular individual whose interrogation footage is so fraught with blatant trickery that most of the segments presented to you won't even need suggestive commentary. You can simply observe and judge for yourself whether you see authentic behavior or not. But before showing you what pretending to be crazy looks like, we'll briefly show you a genuine case of the criminally insane, or at least a far more convincing one. This is 18-year-old Jared Murray, a freshman at East Central University in Oklahoma. On a Wednesday evening in December, he asked fellow student Gennaro Sanchez for a ride to Walmart. Once they got there, Murray pulled out a handgun and made Gennaro drive to an isolated country road where he shot him twice in the head. He then attempted to hitchhike to Canada, but was soon apprehended by police on the side of the road.
Criminal
he
shit, bro.
immediately confessed to the crime once apprehended, and was then interrogated by the arresting officer.
I went down to his dorm room and asked if I could be given a ride to Walmart in exchange for $20 gas money.
So he took you to Walmart?
Yes, sir.
And did you both go in?
No, we did not go in, sir.
Okay, and why not?
We pulled into the parking lot, then I pulled the weapon on him and demanded that he take me to Asher, Oklahoma, sir.
Okay, and why did, all of a sudden, did you decide that you needed to go to Asher?
Sounds like he didn't think of that far
Because
ahead.
I was planning to take him out into the country and kill him.
Or no, he did. My bad.
Okay. Did he say anything?
Man, you just gonna have to end me right there. You think I'm gonna get ended in Oklahoma of all places? Fuck no. Fuck no, bro. I thought that was you. Okay, dude. Okay. Okay, dude. Fuck
When he
no.
pulled out his phone, I yanked the phone out of his hand, and then he panicked some more, kept telling me not to kill him. To make him feel more comfortable, I unloaded the clip, unloaded the bullet from the chamber, handed them over to him, and that eased his nerves a little. Then I pulled a second clip out of my pocket and set it on my lap.
And so you're driving east, and so I guess at some point, did you decide now was the time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what happened?
I loaded the gun quickly, chambered the round quickly, shot once, missed, shot a second time, hit, jumped out of the car, went around. He was driving 10-15 miles an hour, so it was rather slow. Ran around out of the car, and of course it was slow when he wasn't purposefully driving. Tried to pull him out, couldn't get him out until he already had hit the tree. Pulled him out there, dumped him into the, before I dumped him into the ditch, I heard him gurgling. I'm not sure if that was a physiological or physical process after death, but
God damn, man.
I thought that he might have still.
See, this is like some actual real fucking crazy shit, bro, because like crazy people aren't usually the ones that just like crazy people. Yeah, there is crazy people that like go about like, oh, do you know I see the demons shit, stupid shit like that, you know, but like this dude is just cool, calm, and collective. Like something's actually fucking wrong with him, bro.
Still lived through that somehow because he was gurgling, so I shot him again and then shoved him down in the ditch.
He makes a half-hearted attempt to conceal the body with a handful of leaves and a stick.
Damn.
He then walks in the direction of the highway.
Did you get back on the highway?
Yes,
So
sir.
basically, he said, "Hey yo, I got these leaves and this stick right here." Like that's it. Like he didn't bother to really bury him or anything, bro.
And which way did you go?
No, sir.
And what were your intentions? You were walking north.
Canada, sir.
You was going to Canada.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He states that his plan was to escape into Canada, but he had nothing to escape with, not even a passport.
I had tried hitchhiking most of the way because the only way this was going to work, factoring in my belief that y'all found the crime scene, is if someone were to give me a ride there and then. And then whenever your patrol car was pulling up behind me, I didn't know it was a patrol car. I stuck my thumb out and you was there for the rest.
Jerry, I want to ask you just point blank, because, I mean, you...
Damn, imagine, bro, like you're just trying to escape. You just did the fucking crime, bro. And the first car that you fucking try to hitchhike, it's a fucking patrol car. Holy shit.
You sat here and confessed to,
Pretty much everything.
in my mind, and I think you might agree with me, just cold-bloodedly killed a young man tonight.
Yes, sir.
Or last night. Have you ever killed anybody else?
No, sir.
You will now see the detective attempt to establish a motive for the crime.
I guess I'm having a hard time understanding what you got out of it. Can you help me?
I don't really get anything out of it.
Do you feel any remorse?
I'm sad that I got caught so quickly.
Tell me why I should believe you that there just was going to be one person that was going to suffer from
Absolutely
your
ridiculous, bro.
consequences of killing.
You have no reason to believe me, sir.
I guess I'm just still having a real hard time understanding why.
The detective fails to establish a solid motive for a further 2 minutes. The discussion eventually lands on the victim's long-term girlfriend.
You don't think she's going to be upset, heartbroken?
I think she will be, sir.
How did that make you feel?
No different, sir.
Okay. I think you've been honest with me. I think you told me just straight up, right out of the book, what happened.
Yes, sir.
But, you know, you've done a terrible thing tonight.
Yes, sir.
You killed a young man.
Yes, sir.
Just for the simple fact of
fucking killing him, bro. He killed him just to fucking kill him, bro. Yo, what's good, bro?
pretty much just to say for you.
Yes, sir.
And what do you think?
This dude's fucking insane, bro. Like this is like some actual insane shit, bro. Like, yeah, I did it. Like this is wild. He even said, yeah, death sentence, bro.
An eye for an eye,
It's just
sir.
wild.
Do you believe an eye for an eye?
Yes, sir.
Jared Murray was found not guilty by reason of insanity.
I always hate these angles because I like to watch psychopaths/sociopaths speak. It's weirdly fascinating watching the way murderers move their mouth and their eyes. Honestly, I feel like it's like an interview type shit. Like, not like the police interview, obviously, but like, say if you were having like an employer interview, that's how I feel like he's doing it. At least him. Like, I feel like he just genuinely does not give a fuck about anything. Like, it's wild.
He was committed to a high-security mental facility where he is to remain indefinitely.
Anything to say for yourself today?
No, ma'am.
Any reason why you might have done this to this young man?
No, ma'am.
No reason.
No, ma'am.
You have nothing to say for yourself.
No, ma'am.
You want to tell the community anything?
No, ma'am.
Did you confess to police?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you proud of what you've done?
No, ma'am.
Do you have remorse for what you've done?
No, ma'am.
He appears completely void of human emotion. No regret, remorse, shame, nor fear. He had both taken a life and destroyed his own, yet seems indifferent to the circumstances. With respect to his interrogation footage, the most conspicuous element was the complete lack of self-preservation. He didn't once attempt to deflect blame,
Yeah, that is
nor
pretty
afford
wild.
himself any type of justification for his actions. He simply spoke in a factual, non-biased manner, impartial to how his words may have been taken or even twisted to be used against him. There was no calculated structure to his behavior whatsoever. So with this notion in mind, let's move on to the primary subject of this video.
Now we're about to see what a fake motherfucker looks like with pretending to be crazy.
On the porch here, all right?
Let's see.
Put your hands up a little bit. Have a seat. Did your feet up?
Not in the gown, bro. Don't let me go out like that.
Do not think about getting up, right, buddy?
This is 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, who 3 hours and 55 minutes prior to this moment murdered 17 people at his former high school in Parkland, Florida. Among
Shit! These
the
golly.
dead were 3 teachers and 14 students, the majority of whom were 14 years old. A further 17 students were seriously wounded during the massacre. The gunman dropped his rifle 7 minutes into the rampage and then blended in with the crowd as he ran out of the building. He was at large for 1 hour and 20 minutes, during which time he stopped off at a Subway and then a McDonald's, where he sat down and casually spoke to one of the victim's brothers. The student was unaware that his older sister had just been shot through the chest by the man sitting across the table.
God dang, dude. I'd be mad at myself, bro. Like, I know you can't know that, dude. I honestly can't fucking know that, like, this is just this random stranger did this shit, like, right away, bro. Like,
The description of
terrible.
the shooter was transmitted by police over the radio, which led to an officer identifying and arresting him on a street just 2 miles away from the school. He was taken to the nearest hospital and examined by a doctor for roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes. He was medically cleared and then transferred to the local sheriff's office, where he was subjected to interrogation.
Do not think about getting up, right, buddy?
From the moment the subject entered the room, his eyes have been fixed upon nothing but the floor. He's held on to this downward-facing gaze as if he's either in a state of shock or disconnected from the moment. At the exact moment the door shuts, he lifts up his head to observe his surroundings. His behavior completely shifts once he believes no one is watching. If we look at his demeanor a moment earlier, we can see the contrast. He went from being detached to alert. His behavior changed as the environment changed, which is a recurring theme throughout this interrogation.
So if he was actually, well, I guess in this, you know, this situation, he would literally just be looking down or like looking around. Like when you have that type of alertness, then you're obviously conscious of your decisions, you know what I mean?
It shows us that his mind isn't wandering off during these moments of apparent disconnection. He is in fact fully present and very aware of what's going on around him. As he looks up, his eyes immediately lock onto the camera. He now knows he is still being watched, and his following gestures will resemble that of someone with suicidal tendencies.
This motherfucker, dude.
At face value, these externalized suicidal thoughts may seem genuine to some, but when framed with the rest of his behavior throughout this interrogation, they are exposed for what they really are: an act, a calculated attempt to garner sympathy and paint his character in what he believes to be a more positive light.
All right, how you doing, Nick? You all right? Gotta be able to speak so I can hear you. All right, I just need to ask you really your name and date of birth just to confirm I got it right, and then I'm gonna see you want a glass of water or something. What's your first name?
This is a situation where the proof against the suspect is already conclusive. He is without question responsible for the crimes under investigation, making the pursuit of a confession non-essential. The police know he did it, but they need to know why he did it, which would already require a complex strategy in order to obtain the correct information. But the suspect's first recorded statements upon his arrest have now made the procedure considerably more difficult.
What's going on today, bro?
The demons, man.
Demons?
Really? Really, bro? Demons, huh? Interesting, interesting.
Voices.
Oh, voices, yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Voices.
Voices and demons?
Where's the voices? What happened?
Shut up. Just be quiet, man. Shut up.
He said, shut up, man.
Demons, man. Voices.
These two words have now forged the primary stratagem of his own interrogation, which is to cut through deception under the guise of supportive examination. The questions will be designed to lock him into a specific narrative about his alleged psychosis, while simultaneously giving him the impression that his responses are for his own benefit. Anything he says now can be used to refute any amendments he might come up with at a later stage. We all know that after this interrogation, he will have significantly more time to think, study, and even seek guidance from professionals about how the legal system interconnects with mental illness. Yet the majority of this forthcoming knowledge could be useless to him depending on what he says during these moments. The more details he gives away, the less options he will have for his defense later on. But pursuing this objective is complicated, as there are two very common scenarios for when this type of suspect gets interrogated. And just to be entirely clear, by this type of suspect, we mean someone who is 1. Pretending to be insane, and 2. Not fooling anyone. Their most common response is to simply shut down. They regress into total silence or some type of catatonic state, and the interrogation never gets off the ground. The other common response is the exact opposite. They erupt into hysteria or supposed delirium, and everything from that point forward becomes incoherent. The lead detective, John Curcio, must not allow either of these scenarios to transpire, and this makes the first 2 minutes absolutely crucial. He needs to create a positive first impression and resemble the furthest thing from a threat, while at the same time maintain a presence of authority. His temperament will be easygoing and non-confrontational, but also encouraging when extracting a response. His role at this moment is the ally. He needs to be liked, respected, but must not be feared. Not yet anyway. Going off the suspect's initial demeanor, the detective will know that he is far more likely to regress into a state of silence at this opening stage. And if
Yeah, then if he's not able to say anything, then, you know, he just doesn't get anything out of him, and then he'd know why the fuck he did that crazy shit.
If he can prevent that from happening within the first 2 minutes, he is over the first obstacle.
All right, how you doing, Nick? I just need to ask you really your name and date of birth just to confirm I got it right, and then I'm gonna see you want a glass of water or something. What's your first name? Come on, Nick. Huh?
Nicholas.
Spell it for me.
Okay.
Come on, I'm old. You gotta talk so I can hear you.
N-I-K.
O.
L.
Okay. A-S. And what's your middle name? Come on, man, speak so I can hear you.
Jacob.
Jacob. J-A-C. What's your date of birth?
See, the thing is, they already have all this information. He's just trying to gain some trust with him, I guess you could say. So, there's really no point in even answering these questions.
Okay, you need to relax, because
for him, anyway.
I'm the last detective or policeman you're going to have to talk to. So right off the bat, that should be somewhat comforting to you to know that I'm the last guy you got to talk to. But the thing about it is, look at me. I got to be able to hear you. Okay?
Trying to establish some
So
dominance right there.
Basic information from you, and then we'll get into the, you know, whether you want a glass of water, all that stuff. What's your date of birth?
09.
January?
09.
Literally has all that information.
The investigation team already know the answers to these basic questions. Their only purpose are to initiate a response, and their non-threatening nature make it more likely
Chad, did I not call that shit?
for the suspect to engage. They are essentially the opening wedge to get the two-way dialogue flowing. And although the suspect is still partially committed to his catatonic state, as we can clearly see, he is still responsive, making it unlikely for him to regress into complete silence from this point forward. Everything up to this moment has gone to plan. The detective has one foot in the door, and he can now develop the relationship from a more secure position. He goes about this with a standard method of rapport development, the offer of food and water.
All right, let me do this. You want a cold water? You don't know if you want cold water?
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to bring in 2, because I want one. It was hot, and then if you decide you want to have it, that's fine. You sure you don't want something to eat? Okay.
The refusal to accept food and water is a familiar response which you may have already seen on this channel. It's a glaring manifestation of shame. This is not to be confused with guilt nor remorse, both of which require the acceptance of responsibility, which in turn directs our focus outwards on the feelings of others. Shame, on the other hand, shifts our focus on the perceptions of others towards ourselves. The subject is afraid of how it will look if he accepts the offer considering the circumstances. He instead wants to appear as if he's so negatively affected by the events that he's unconcerned with meeting his basic needs.
Of course, I have so many different keys.
So I guess that goes for, I guess that would be considered like an act of shame, act of guilt. I don't know. We gotta keep watching, chat. Like if he accepts the food, I think that's an act of guilt. But if he doesn't, it's shame.
Once again, his demeanor abruptly switches when the detective leaves the room. With his head buried in his hands, it's anyone's guess as to what is going through his mind at this moment. But what you are about to see next is extremely revealing.
That's fucking fake right there, bro. That's actually you're putting a literal act up just for the camera, bro. And you know exactly where the camera is.
Cruz was a left-handed shooter. The surveillance at the school
I would have took a burger or some fries. Yo, facts.
would confirm this. And if you pay close attention to the movements of his hands in the next moments, although very subtle, you can see that he's reimagining holding his weapon. But what's more telling is how his demeanor abruptly stops and then completely switches right before he looks in the direction of the camera. He goes from holding a rifle and beginning to smirk, to then pretending to cry and reverting back to his suicidal mannerisms.
Look at this motherfucker. Damn, that's actually pretty good. Like, the way that they were able to see that shit. Love JCS. Yeah, this shit's pretty entertaining, Tim. It's, you know, you could tell, bro, he literally has a smirk, bro. Like, that's wild as fuck, bro.
This all occurs in under 4 seconds.
Yeah, damn. They were looking. They were looking, bro.
It could be assumed that for a brief moment, he was not only recollecting the attack, but gaining gratification from doing so. He then remembered he was on film, giving reason for the sharp adjustment. His true self was reliving the attack and enjoying his work, while his false self was so dejected to the point he was externalizing suicidal thoughts. Complete opposites. His next calculated charade is one of self-harm. He first bites himself without drawing blood, or leaving any marks that were visible in his jail intake photographs.
This fake motherfucker, dude. Wild.
He then scratches and squeezes at the 2 needle punctures in his arm from where his blood was taken at the hospital. At the very moment the detective re-enters the room, he will act as if he's desperately trying to conceal his self-injurious behavior.
All right.
Setting aside the glaring contradiction that he just murdered and maimed dozens of people while leaving himself without so much as a scratch, it's the frequency of these little charades that makes their deception so transparent. This is a person who is not self-injurious, pretending to be someone that is, but it's such a feeble attempt at feigned self-harm, it would almost be a comical moment if the circumstances weren't as horrific.
Well, if they're not bleeding anymore, just want them off. We can pull them off. I'll get you a garbage can. You want them off? Just put them on the... Throw them on the floor.
A lot of shit happens in a few seconds, bro. That's wild.
This one is mine, because I already opened it. This one's yours in case you change your mind.
The next 4 minutes are the extremely tedious process of getting the subject to engage further through basic questions. The topic of his phone will now be brought up.
What about your phone? Do you have a phone?
I lost it.
When did you lose it? Today? Today. Okay. What kind of phone is it?
I don't know.
Okay, is it a flip top, an iPhone, a Samsung?
You know what type of phone it is, motherfucker. Don't lie to me.
Phone. What's the number?
I can't remember.
Okay.
He will now begin to feign a state of hysteria, which then morphs into a simulated panic attack and fake hyperventilation. The detective will need to refute the act immediately as to not let the subject gain confidence with it, but he also has to maintain rapport and avoid confrontation. He essentially has to tell the subject to knock it off, but in the most passive manner possible.
I can't remember, dude. I can't.
Okay, Nick.
You ain't gonna get no panic attack from not remembering your phone number, bro, that you already fucking know. Come on, bro. Everybody knows their fucking phone number by heart.
Calm down.
Okay.
Unless you got like a brand new phone, brand new number right then and there type shit.
I know what's going to be talked about is difficult, but again, you don't remember your phone number. How long you had the phone?
Yo, what's up, Nexus? What's goody?
How long have you had the phone?
No, not the phone. Anything but the phone type shit.
Nick, the doctor's already looked at you.
Okay.
Okay, you're fine. You're not having any problems at the moment, and you're perfectly fine. So calm your breathing down, all right? And I want to believe certain things that you're going to tell me, but, you know, if we're getting to where you're going to hyperventilate over a phone number, okay? All right.
All right.
So what's your phone number? Huh?
Again, another thing he really doesn't need to answer.
Okay,
they already know it.
The manic episode is somewhat curbed, but the subject is still clearly committed to it.
954-821.
2007.
2007.
No. 1007.
1007. And again, going back to what kind it is. Do you know if it's an iPhone, a Samsung? How long have you had? Every kid knows what the phone is, man. I got kids your age.
Ever since my mother died.
I know, I heard about that. That's what I was going to talk about next.
This is a turning point. Cruz's adoptive mother had indeed passed away the year prior from pneumonia. The topic is sympathetic towards himself, and it seems to have stopped the feigned hysteria in its tracks. Compared to his neurotic behavior in the minutes leading up to this moment, he all of a sudden appears calm. He is clearly receptive, and thus responsive, to the cue of compassion when it's directed at himself. The detective recognizes this, and although he said he would talk about the subject's mother next, he instead focuses on it immediately to keep him engaged.
Alright, so, but you had, since your mom died, how long has your mom passed?
I can't remember, I think.
Okay, this year or last year?
November.
November? Okay. Okay, when your mom passed, were you living with her?
Yes.
Okay, what city was that?
Parkland.
Parkland?
The subject drops the act and becomes more engaged in the conversation. The detective inquires further about his mother for roughly 3 minutes before shifting the discussion. It focuses mainly on the subject's background, and he first declares that he was depressed for the majority of his childhood. He then reveals his history of drug use.
Oh, yeah, 100%, bro. I couldn't, oh, man. Motherfuckers like this would make me so mad, bro. Like, real life type shit. Plus, the detective was already fucking aggressive as fuck. Not like super aggressive to where he would have noticed it, but he was aggressive and very dominant since the jump, so.
Which consists of marijuana and Xanax. After that, he claims to have attempted suicide by alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, he's a
2
piece of
years ago,
shit.
but in his own words, was able to sleep it off. He then states that he was employed at the Dollar Tree for the last 2 years working as a cashier.
So you've been able to hold down a job for 2 years, that's pretty good, right?
Yes.
Other than Dollar Tree, where else did you ever work?
Lawn mowing.
What?
Lawn mowing.
Lawn mowing? Oh, okay. All right, when you tried to kill yourself with alcohol, your mom was still alive. What were you depressed about back then?
Loneliness.
Loneliness?
Loneliness.
Friends? No friends? Or what kind of loneliness? I mean, everybody gets lonely.
Solitude.
Solitude? You don't have a lot of friends?
No.
Okay. Today, when I say today, starting from last night when you went to bed to this morning, did you do any kind of drugs at all? Any Xanax, any marijuana, anything like that? No? Okay.
The subject reveals that he has a biological brother whom he was adopted with. He then claims to have been making $1,200 a month at the Dollar Tree. The discussion now lands on what his aspirations were.
When you weren't depressed, what did you want to be when you got out of school?
A ranger.
A ranger, an Army Ranger? Did you ever apply, fill out any paperwork to try to go to the Army?
I took the odds, I failed.
Okay, why'd you fail?
Sheesh.
Because I'm stupid.
You what?
I'm stupid.
You're stupid?
Yeah, I already got done with that when the detective left and seen the and missed those motions. Yeah, I seen that.
Okay, were you gonna take it again?
I was afraid to take it.
Okay, but
Fuck you afraid for?
To do something with your life. You want to be that's a hell of a thing to want to be an Army Ranger.
The discussion moves on to the subject's gun collection, which continues for roughly 4.5 minutes. The attack on the school is yet to be mentioned, but the last gun to now be discussed was his choice of weapon to commit the massacre.
What made you choose out of all the guns to want to buy an AR-15?
Well, it's an AR.
Cool looking.
Cool looking? Okay. Now, when you bought it, I mean, it was a legitimate purchase. They gave you a receipt and everything, right? So you bought it legally, right? Did you fill out those forms and everything? Okay, you remember those forms? Okay.
The detective now shifts the topic onto his former high school, the same place he carried out the attack.
Now, 3 years ago when you went to Douglas...
Not tie the laces up.
And obviously you stopped going there. Why'd you stop going there?
My depression worsened.
Your depression worsened? And what
I'm still laughing at that comment. That shit's actually funny.
You know, did you just stop school
Time
on your
to
own?
tango.
Or did some incident happen where...
Yes, some incident.
Well, what was the incident that happened?
Fought a kid.
You fought a kid? You remember the kid's name?
Yeah.
Ian. And did you guys both get in trouble for the fight, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what did they do? Suspend you?
They suspended me.
Okay. And what happened from there? Did you, after you got suspended, did you go back to school?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened? Why'd you stop going there then?
Felt embarrassed.
You felt embarrassed because you got suspended, or you felt embarrassed because of why?
Because of the fight.
Okay.
What, you beat your ass or something? Like, what the fuck happened? Like,
Asking about the fight. What were you guys fighting over?
A girl.
A girl? Well, what was embarrassing about it? I mean, did he get the better of you? Was that what was embarrassing, or you
Yes.
just he got the better of you? Okay.
He has just provided the state with a solid argument for a motive. Establishing a reason for an offense is critical when dealing with claims of insanity. It can not only indicate premeditation.
nah, he got his ass whooped, bro. I remember when I remember like when I was in school, bro, and like, cause I fought so many fucking people, bro. Like I would go like, you know, with like bruises, all types of shit on me. Like I didn't give a fuck, dude. I fought people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think I'm gonna give a fuck about your opinion if I'm out here like really fighting people and shit? You're like, yeah, that motherfucker. You know, I'm still here though. Like you know, but that's just my opinion. I'm not gonna go on that. I'd wait till lunch break or wait at the bike rack.
Connection to the crime, something considered absent in the mind of the criminally insane. He also asserts that he was lonely and depressed while attending the school, all of which can reinforce the argument that he was exacting revenge upon the community in which he felt ostracized.
All right, so you go back.
He's
to
going
school.
after all the
What ended up
motherfuckers.
happening? You just stopped going to school out there, or you got into more problems? Where they
Got into more problems.
what was the more problems?
Failing class.
Okay.
Not going to school.
Okay. And this was all while your mom was still alive?
Yeah.
Okay. Did there come a point in time where you just stopped going there, or they expelled you?
Or I just stopped going and then transferred me.
They transferred you? When they transferred you, was that upsetting to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
As we know, the suspect has made the claim of,
like, to be honest, bro, like, how are you like upset if they're transferring you to get you the fuck away from all that shit? Like, I don't know.
About hearing a voice which he labeled the demon. The detective will now attempt to get a detailed narrative of these perceptual disturbances.
Not the demon.
He will do so by asking a series of open-ended questions and then continuous follow-up questions thereafter. This will lock him into specific claims about what he...
I pretend to be chill all day, then see if they still wanted to fight. Sometimes I couldn't wait till after lunch and made folks eat their lunch in one bite. Until the day I ended up in cuffs and lost my shit because I couldn't finish my Friday pizza. Those motherfuckers.
Was hearing. The more information he gives away, the less he will be able to amend later on. And the more questions that are posed, the more likely he is to make contradictions that can be used against him. The suspect believes this is some type of clinical evaluation for the sake of his own well-being, and this misconception will become glaringly apparent later on.
Happens to the best
he,
of us,
at this
bro.
moment, is oblivious to the fact he is giving information away that will be used to cut through his own defense in years to come.
You go to the hospital, the doctors clear you, and you're talking about demons. What are the demons?
Voices.
Well, tell me about it. What are the voices?
Are they voices or are they demons? What are they? Tell me.
It's
I want to know.
The evil side.
Okay. And how long has that voice been going on?
Years.
Did you ever tell anybody about the voice? Never? And what does the voice say to you?
Burn, kill, destroy.
Okay, burn, kill, destroy what?
Anything.
Okay, but have you ever burned,
fucking K, dude.
killed or destroyed anything? What have you burned, killed, or destroyed?
Burned, just fire. Set fire.
To what?
Pit. In a pit. Fire.
Oh, a fire pit. Okay, well, I mean, the voice told you to burn something, you built
They're conscious type shit, you know.
a fire in a fire pit. What's destructive about that? That's what fire pits are made for. What else did the voice tell you to do that's...
Kill animals.
Okay, have you ever killed animals?
Yes.
What kind of animals?
Birds.
Birds? Wild birds or people's
Birds.
pets? How do you kill them?
Birds.
How do you kill them?
Wait for them. Kill them.
Oh, can't catch them, so how are you waiting for them?
Out in the grass. Wait for a bird to come up.
There's no way, man. I'm a bird
Yeah, there's no way, man.
lover. There's no way. You can't catch a bird, Holmes.
No, I mean like...
with a pellet gun? Oh, okay. Where's your pellet gun?
That shit funny as fuck. He said, "No, I love birds, bro. You're a lying motherfucker. You're doing something else." That's what I was saying, Nexus.
Alright, so voices tell you to hurt animals and start fires in the fire pit. When was the last time you heard the voice?
Yesterday.
What time was it yesterday?
It was at night.
A bird, man.
And where were we at?
Work.
You at work? So you're at Dollar Tree. And what's the voice telling you?
Bro, that's crazy, bro. Like, the voice just suddenly stopped after he got through with all of his crazy shit. That's wild. That's amazing. The voice just stopped after yesterday, after he finally got through.
Hurt people.
To hurt people. Hurt people at Dollar Tree? Or hurt people?
Hurt people in general.
Okay. Doesn't say specifically who? Alright. Can you tell how old the voice is?
My age.
Okay. Do you have a good voice too, or just a bad voice? Is there a voice inside you that says, do good things?
I'm saying.
The detective will now start getting confrontational, and the subject's behavior will shift once more in response. You will see him get defensive as he attempts to protect his narrative, and his responses will become much faster. He will even cut the detective off multiple times. Keep in mind that he was barely saying anything at the start of this interrogation.
No?
That shit's funny.
For 2 years. If you were doing things bad, you wouldn't be able to hold the job down for 2 years, right?
No, that's facts.
Okay. I mean, look. Everybody has.
It's me and then my bad side.
I understand. Everybody's got a quote good and bad side. There's people.
No, it's a voice. The voice is in here, and that's me. Just regular me. Just trying to be a good person.
Okay.
Set aside his contradicting behavior for a moment and focus solely on his storyline. In his ideal scenario, we are to believe that he was battling these supposed voices and, in his own words, trying to be a good person. Yet he was unable to reveal or seek help for this internal struggle until the very moment of his arrest. It was quite literally the second he was confronted with his comeuppance that his supposed demons came to light. Now that he is in custody, with the atrocities already committed, he is somehow able to maintain control over the force that was previously keeping him silent. But
that's exactly what I was fucking saying, bro. Trying to be a bad person. I don't know, bro. This motherfucker weird as shit.
But a deleted video that would later be extracted from his phone would tell a very different story.
Hello. My name is Nick, and I'm going to be the next school shooter of 2018.
This motherfucker literally made like a trophy, like, you know, I guess you could call it a trophy, like just a recording of sorts that it's gonna, like, it just shows like a, I don't know, like a calling card type shit.
My goal is at least 20 people with an AR-15 and a couple tracer rounds. I think I could get done.
That doesn't sound like a demon talking.
Location is Stone Douglas in Parkland, Florida. It's gonna be a big event, and when you see me on the news,
Facts.
you'll know who I am.
There are no
That's it right there. He just wants to be infamous type
signs
shit.
of perceptual disturbances. There is no anguish, doubt, hesitation, or uncertainty when announcing his intentions. By his own narrative, he claims to have continuously fought against the evil intentions of the voice. Yet from a visual standpoint, there is no conflict in this video whatsoever.
It's me and then my bad side.
I understand. Everybody's got a quote good and bad side. There's people.
No, it's a voice. The voice is in here, and that's me.
That's funny. He says the voice is in here, but the voice that he was speaking all those atrocities was coming from his mouth. That's wild.
Just trying to be a good person.
Okay. But obviously, again, when you say it's a voice, it's you. It's all you. The voice is you as well.
Yeah.
The voice didn't force you to go
Facts.
No, the voice did. It's two voices. There's one half that's the good and then the bad.
Yeah.
His rapidly interchanging behavior has now gone from catatonic to manic to hallucinatory to now highly attentive and cautious.
Okay, well, the voice tells me to go to lunch and not pay for my meal, but I pay for my meal because I know that's the right thing to do, right? Okay, let's talk about it. Because the voice didn't tell you to take Uber, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay, amazing. The voice is telling you to take an Uber.
Yes.
The voice said take Uber.
Yes.
Did the voice?
The voice is in me.
You're the voice.
No, in here.
Okay, it's in your head.
Yes.
What is it? A male voice or a female voice?
Male.
Male.
The subject was beginning to panic, but the detective
Yeah,
dials
what's
it
good,
in for
LED?
the time being and switches the discussion back to more trivial matters. It seems that he wants to consult with the investigators outside before maximizing the pressure, and he reestablishes a certain level of trust before leaving the room.
Let me go. I'm going to go back and see what everybody's doing as far as what they need me to do.
You're not a psychologist or anything, or?
No, I'm not. I'm
Literally, I would look at that.
You're not a psychologist or anything, or?
This motherfucker is very aware of what's fucking happening, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man.
No, I'm not. I'm a 59-year-old man who's raised 3 children, so I guess that makes me somewhat of a psychologist.
Think you can give me a psychologist here?
I can certainly
He's just gonna
ask.
say you're full of shit.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a psychologist before?
No.
Okay.
The subject scratches his arm for another 2 minutes.
I'm saying, bro.
He then switches to a hallucinatory state and appears to be seeing things in the room.
All right.
This shit golden. Huh? You were just paying attention to a motherfucker. Don't lie now.
The detective will once
Don't
more
lie
dismiss
now.
the act by pretending to not see it. He will then pose a question to the subject, and the charade will cease immediately.
You with the water. Well, you put it back over here. You definitely don't want the water, huh?
It's very interesting to observe his facial expressions at the exact moments he abandons fake behavior. These are the very brief junctures in which his true self appears to surface. It's easy to get distracted by the present situation as he sits there in a hospital gown chained to the floor, essentially helpless to the cunning devices being used against him. But in moments like this, we are reminded of what we're actually dealing with. A very short time ago, he was not helpless at all. He was the one preying on the helpless, offering them none of the sympathy nor mercy of which he is now trying to garner for himself.
All right, this psychologist you want to talk to. Obviously, I would have to tell him what you want to talk to him about. So, what exactly do you want me to ask him, or why do you want to talk to a psychologist?
Find out what's wrong with me.
Well, what do you think's wrong with you?
I don't know.
The detective in this next segment will attain further information about the supposed voices, only he will no longer have to tread carefully in order to maintain a friendly connection. He will still secure useful information, but also get confrontational as and when he pleases. The risk of frightening the suspect to the point where it stops the interrogation is no longer a concern.
When you hear the voices, are the voices like outside your head or inside your head when you hear them?
Inside.
Okay, so it's not like you don't hear a voice from that corner talking to you. It's inside your head. And is it always the same voice, or is it only one voice?
One voice, same.
And you said it's a man's
Interesting.
voice? Yeah.
Yes.
Does it sound like anybody you've ever met? Anybody you ever seen on TV? Can you tell?
See how he's still sitting further back? That's when the harsh and more direct questions come into play and have to anticipate an attack. Yeah, true.
Like by an accent?
He is sitting way further back. Before he was like super like confrontational with him, like kind of up in his face type shit. Now he's just sitting back. So he's gonna be more on the attack, like you just said.
What kind of, is it an old man, young man, white man, black? Young man? About the same age as you think?
So it's you.
But it's only one voice you ever hear, right?
Yes.
Do you hear the voice when you're in bed at night sleeping?
Yes.
Do you ever see anything with the voice? Like some people say, oh, I see a person sitting in the corner. You don't see anybody sitting over there, do you? It's just me and you, right? All right.
So then that kind of eliminates. I guess that would technically that would eliminate like what a demon is. You know what I mean? Because he's saying I see voices. I mean, I hear voices. I see demons, but that literally destroys like part of like half of his argument, I guess you could say, for insanity.
Do you always obey what the voice tells you to do?
I try not to.
Okay. Well, how many on any given week? How many times do you think you hear the voice?
Because then it could just go down to subconscious type shit.
All the time?
Once every day.
Once every day? Morning, afternoon, night? Always the same time?
Usually in the afternoon.
About what time?
11 to 12.
Why do you think it's those hours?
I don't know.
It's always around lunchtime? Now you talked about...
He's talking about the demon of hunger. No.
The demons.
Yeah.
And then you talk about
Yeah,
the
that's the demon. The voice is the demon.
The voice is the demon. So there's not
the
two...
person, whoever it is.
Does it have a name?
No name.
Does it ever say, hey, my name's Nick? Does it use your name or use somebody else's name? Just a voice with no name.
Just a voice with no name telling what to do.
Did the voice...
This dude be speaking to manager while he's tripping hard on his lunch is all that. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Tell you to buy that AR-15?
Fuck out of here.
Yes.
Did it tell you, hey, buy that gun, it looks cool? Did the AR-15 get picked out because it was similar to the gun that an Army Ranger would carry?
No, it's because of the voice.
What do you think?
He's like, man, why do I have to keep talking about this fucking voice, bro?
You didn't buy it. If you said, hey, I ain't buying these guns, it's too expensive. What do you think the voice would have done to you? Did you stop talking to you?
No, tell me to hurt myself.
How would you hurt yourself?
Cut.
Bro, you don't even have any scars, bro. I mean, at least from what I haven't heard that he has like self-inflicting wounds besides him trying to do it right then and there. So.
Okay.
All right. When was the last time you cut yourself?
And Nikolai just tuned in. What's this video all about? It's just the dude trying to pretend to get crazy to get off the hook, but you don't actually get off the hook when you deal with like insane type shit. So we're seeing what he's trying to do. He's basically a school shooter.
Earlier.
Earlier when?
When I was fishing.
Earlier today or
earlier today?
What were you fishing at today?
But welcome, by the way.
At a lake.
Okay. Before the school shooting?
Yes.
What did you cut yourself with?
Knife.
Those little scratches on your arms? Let me look at them.
Oh, hold on. My bad. Oh, pushed the wrong one. My bad. Also pay attention to what he said. LL, voice with no name. If he was just crazy, they'd be able to describe a personality name like they are describing an actual person they know or friend. Exactly.
I get worse scratches weeding my flower bed than that. You weren't trying to hurt yourself.
He said, bitch, I get worse scratches in my fucking flower bed. Don't play with me.
It wasn't sharp enough.
Wasn't sharp enough?
No.
How many knives do you own?
4, 5.
How long have you been cutting yourself?
Years.
Years? You ever cut yourself where you had to go to the hospital and get stitches? When you cut yourself, it's because the voice just told you to cut yourself. And
bro, exactly, bro. This is funny as fuck.
If you didn't listen to the voice, then you were going to be alone because your voice was your only friend. That's kind of what you're saying. Even though you have a biological brother. Since me and you have been talking, have you heard the voices? What's it said?
Saying cut yourself.
For you to cut yourself.
The voice is just saying, get the fuck out of here, bro. What type of bullshit is this, bro?
Does the voice like me?
Huh?
Does the voice like me?
He doesn't trust you.
Why doesn't he trust me? I'm pretty relaxed, ain't I?
I'm trying to figure that out too.
Well, what doesn't he like about me? I mean, I'm kind of grinning because I want to know what the voice's problem is with me. What doesn't he like about me? I treated you fairly. I've given you water. I talked nice to you. You know.
Did he pretend to pass out? I don't think he did.
Yeah.
At least from what I've seen.
Yeah.
How many times has the voice talked to you while we've been in the room here together?
A lot.
Has the voice said jump out of the chair and do anything bad to that policeman?
saying kill yourself now.
This man's sus. I'm saying,
I don't
bro.
believe there is a voice, to be honest with you.
There's a voice.
No, I don't think there is.
I'm telling you the truth. There's...
No. I mean, I feel you probably want to kill yourself because of what happened, but...
No, the voice is telling me to kill myself.
Okay, but the voice is telling you that the AR-15s is... You like guns, man. You want to be a ranger. You like guns. It's all right. There's cops like that. There's cops who got 50 million guns. You didn't buy guns because the voice said, hey, today I like Mossbergs, tomorrow I like AR-15s. You like guns.
Can call a psychologist.
See, look, he's digging in too deep into him, chat. He's digging too fucking deep into him, and now he's like, just please get somebody else.
I get it. I've already got the questions from some of the psychologists. Some of the questions I asked you were from... Yeah.
I see.
That's the ones I asked you. You already...
No.
The questions were obviously from the investigation team and
Facts,
not a
with video, by the way.
Psychologist. But the suspect doesn't know this, and it's fascinating to observe his reaction when he sees the questions are not sympathetic in nature. He perhaps thought a psychotherapist would be asking him about his feelings and affording him some type of reassurance after he committed mass murder, and he becomes very unsettled once he realizes the procedure won't be quite as sympathetic.
Voices. Are they inside or outside of your head? What do the voices say? These are all questions I asked you. How many voices? You said one. Whose voice do you think it was? You didn't know.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know. I don't understand why you can't admit you like guns. You want to talk to a psychologist. Why didn't you talk to a psychologist when the voices started?
The voice is telling me not to, and I listen.
The voice was telling you not to talk to a psychologist?
Yeah, but myself, I wanted to.
You ever go to church?
I wanted to.
No, I'm saying never.
Oh, but the voice stopped you from going to church seeking some spiritual help. If you need spiritual help because you have a fucking voice, bro, why don't you go to a church, bro? Why don't you go talk to a therapist? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's, like, bro, he's absolutely getting fucking destroyed, and I love it.
Yeah.
Just ask him why does he get enjoyment out of shooting kids? I can't shoot back. Yo, facts. Piece of this dude's a piece of shit. Yeah, I hope he is, man. See how he acts then. True.
Believe in God.
But you believe in voices. You believe in demons. You just don't believe in God. Okay, dude. Okay.
But if you believe in demons, if you believe in angels, angels is the good, demons are the bad. But when you say the word demon, you think it's an evil spirit? Or what do you think it is?
A voice.
The subject had earphones in during the mass shooting. The topic now lands on the music he was listening to.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we don't like the same music. What kind of music we listen to? Name the group.
What was it? Mark Green.
You have to help me. Mark what?
Mark something.
What was the song though?
Sad.
That's the name of the song, Sad?
No, Salad Days.
Salad Days?
Oh, wow. That's what he fucking listened. He listened to Mac DeMarco? Holy shit. That motherfucker is crazy. How the fuck you listen to Mac DeMarco and that's what you want to... Oh, my God. Fuck this dude, man.
Hold on 1 second.
What else?
Oh, you listen to more than one song? What other song you listen to?
Just a lot of sad songs.
Alright. Did you pick the music yourself? Or did the demon pick the music?
Demon, and then myself partially.
Alright, which ones?
And then that's it. That's it right there.
Did you pick?
The sad ones.
Which ones did he pick?
The evil ones.
The evil ones. Well, give me an evil one compared to a sad one. You already gave me a sad one. What's an evil one?
Panzermensch.
What?
Panzermensch.
What the fuck is that?
Panzermensch. What does that say?
I don't know.
I mean, there's no lyrics to it?
Oh, no. Oh, well, there's lyrics, but I don't know what it means.
That sounds like some like Russian shit.
Is it in English?
No.
What language is it in?
Like German or Russian?
German?
Or, I don't know, some shit.
Do you speak German?
No.
Then how do you know what the lyrics
Oh,
mean?
yes, very evil.
I don't.
So they could be happy, right?
I don't know if they're happy or not.
Well, again, you don't because you can't speak it.
The demon chose it. I didn't choose.
But you have them on your. How long do you think you had them on your playlist?
for a long time.
Okay, so you listened to them a lot of times? So you had a playlist of music that the demon helped you pick out, but you picked out some of them.
Interesting.
I'm just having a tough time understanding this demon thing.
I know.
Oh shit, your steps are so beautiful. Like, no, this isn't really. Let's dance the reunion. Our gazers are so strong. Everyone dances how I say. Weak legs, stand still. Energy, move on. Let's elevate this energy. The force will never disappear. No shot. Oh my god. No fucking shot. That those are the actual lyrics. Oh my god. But it's an evil song, right? Oh shit. Yeah, he is stupid, bro. Oh my god. Yo, W's in the fucking chat right next to this dude. That's fucking funny, bro. That's crazy.
The Xanax you were talking to me about earlier, where'd you get the Xanax? On the street or?
On the streets.
Oh
So you
my
used to buy that
god,
other
bro.
than Xanax and marijuana. What?
I'm tripping out about that translation, bro. And he did link it and everything, dude. That's fucking wild, Nixus. Good shit though. Good shit, my man. Thank you.
Other drugs you never tried? Vodka, PCP, cocaine, heroin?
No.
Okay, Xanax, how many of those did you take when you used to take them?
5.
Okay, 5. What size bar?
Facts.
How big? What color was it?
Half, sometimes full.
Okay, what color? They all
White.
White. All right, but that was off the street. Did they help you sleep?
It made me drowsy.
Okay. Did it make the demon go away?
Yeah.
When was the last time you think you did Xanax?
A long time.
So if the Xanax helps you get the demons away,
Marijuana does it better.
marijuana does better. When was the last time you smoked marijuana?
You should have been smoking marijuana, motherfucker. What?
Last week.
Last week? Because you're making $1,200 a week. Why didn't you smoke marijuana every day to get rid of the demon?
Illegal.
It's illegal?
Yeah.
It's illegal. It was illegal whether you do it once a week or once every 5 minutes. So why didn't you choose to get rid of the demon by doing it?
Oh, now he cares about it being illegal. This motherfucker, chat. This motherfucker is wild, bro. What the fuck? He got his priorities and shit fucked up, bro.
Anytime you heard the demon, just light up a blunt.
Every time you hear the demon light up the blunt, no. Oh.
Anytime you heard the demon, just light up a blunt. I mean, you had the money, man.
Because I knew it was illegal and I didn't want to do wrong, but he wanted to do wrong.
Oh my god, this motherfucker.
So the demon wanted you to do wrong, but then your good side didn't want to do wrong by smoking marijuana?
Even though I made him go away.
Even though it made him go away.
He probably realized how fucking stupid he sounded. Every time I hear the demon, I turn off my... The demon not the demon makes you go to sleep on the couch.
Anxiety problems and marijuana and Xanax cured your anxiety and made the demons go away. It seemed like an easy fix, man. If that's true.
Yeah, it seems like a hell of an easy fix.
You sure you didn't like the demon voice?
Oh, he loved that motherfucker.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Then why didn't you go to a doctor to get rid of it?
I was afraid. I'm just afraid.
Why, well, forget that for a second.
I thought he was making $1,200 a month, but if he's making $1,200 a week, bro, like...
Let me ask you another crazy question.
You can afford that shit, bro.
Was the demon there that night? Ian beat you up on campus? Was the demon there that day when Ian beat you up on campus?
Yes. He told me to go up to him.
Okay, so who did Ian beat up? You or the demon?
I mean, hold on. He said, hey, who did he beat up, bro? You or the demon, bro? Oh, shit. He made he ain't making $1,200 a week in no damn Dollar General. Come on, he just claimed to make more than a cop. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are you, the manager at the fucking Dollar General, bro? Like, I mean, if he's making that money, I don't fucking know.
So who did Ian beat up? You or the demon?
Me.
Okay, so why didn't the demon do something to stop it?
Why didn't do it?
Huh?
Why didn't it?
I don't know. That's a good question, because the demon's telling you to do all these bad things. Why couldn't the demon get you mad enough to get the best of Ian? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know either. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Why? Why?
I don't know. The demon's this
I don't know why.
all-powerful thing that tells you to do bad things, and you're afraid of it. Why didn't the demon just take over right then when Ian was getting the best of you and get the best of Ian? Well, why did the demon not do that? Why do you think?
Trying to figure it out.
I don't know. I can't figure it out either, because I don't think the demon exists.
I
Should have said, man, your demon sounds like a bitch.
think.
I don't think it exists.
No, like.
I think that go ahead, bud.
Am I able to like think to myself about it?
Yeah, sure.
That's all I'm asking.
Hey, you can think all you want. I'm just.
No, I'm just thinking about the demon.
All right. Well, you want me? I'll leave you to think for a while, and I'll come back and talk to you. I personally, I think you're using the demon as an excuse.
I'm not. I promise.
You could have stopped the demon by getting a prescription for marijuana. You could have stopped the demon by getting a prescription for Xanax. You could have stopped the demon by illegally doing marijuana, which you were doing anyway. You could have stopped the demon by doing Xanax illegally, which you were doing anyway.
Facts.
You could have stopped the demon anytime you wanted. You didn't want to stop the demon.
The subject seems to be coming to the realization that he's not going to be
we read the lyrics, chat. We know what those songs were. Those songs were not evil.
treated as a victim. As he begins to meet this reality, you will notice him exhibit signs of fear. You will then see him attempt to escape the confrontation by feigning a state of psychosis once more. The detective will recognize this, but this time will not afford reassurance. He will instead apply further condemnation, and a visibly frightening realization will engulf the suspect from that point forward. It's essentially the very beginning of retribution. The detective introduces him to the rest of his life at this moment.
No, that's not true.
You didn't. You could have. I've given you 4 ways you could have stopped the demon, man. Okay, now you're just acting like that because.
No.
Okay, well, relax. You're just acting like that because I'm making sense. Calm down. I'm making sense, and you don't like when it makes sense.
No.
Because it doesn't fit into the story you're telling right now.
I'm telling you the story. It's true.
Well, why are you looking at your arm now?
I'm trying to understand why.
Well, why didn't you want to stop the demon?
I don't know.
Because I think you like the demon.
No, I don't.
Why didn't you stop it then?
I don't like the demon. I don't like the demon. I don't like the demon. I don't like the demon.
Well, that's if the demon even exists.
Can I get an attorney or something?
You want what? An attorney?
Oh, now you want an attorney. The demon needs an attorney. He's acting like a little child. Yeah, exactly. Like when they get caught. Yeah. Exactly, bro.
The demon, the
he's gonna start hyperventilating here in a second.
Okay. All right. We tell the voice that don't hit yourself in the head, because the attorney, the demon just requested I will stop talking to you.
I'm scared of him.
Highest 50 gross nationally, 976 weekly gross when with taxes taken out, $780.84 every week. Oh yeah.
I'm scared.
You scared of what?
Scared of
what are you scared about? The demon's there to protect you.
What?
Why wouldn't he protect me, man?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't he protect me?
All right. Well, again, your demon wants an attorney. Does the demon know an attorney? Any name in particular?
Oh. Does a demon know any attorney, any name in particular? Oh shit! Right, this cop's a motherfucker for that.
Relax. You're done talking to me. And once again, I grabbed the wrong key.
Retreats Band-Aid to harm himself.
All right, do me a favor. Stay seated. Put your hands, kind of sit forward in your chair.
No marks.
Put handcuffs behind you. Since you keep talking about hurting yourself. Hold on. Put your hand behind your back. No, not behind the chair. Behind your back. I don't want to make it that uncomfortable.
This detective should do comedy.
Why don't you want me to hurt myself?
Because what did the demon say about me? I'm a nice guy.
Man, go get that water and pour it on this motherfucker, bro. Like, just looks in every direction except for the camera. Sheesh. Started yawning. The demon's tired. The demon needs to go to sleep.
Nicholas Cruz was taken to the Broward County Jail, where he remains in isolation to this day. His trial date is yet to be scheduled.
The 20-year-old has been held without bond since last year's mass shooting that left
the demon gave him glasses. Excellent.
17 people dead. His attorney said he would plead guilty in exchange for a life sentence, but prosecutors rejected that offer and are seeking the death penalty.
Damn, chat. Fuck. Oh man.